this particular Flask app, we need to have Python 3 and pip3 installed on this Docker image. So what we'll do, we'll here so I'll go here. Here and inside this, so I want request is the like this point. So if you want some inside, show you that on my Flask app files. So if Docker installed on your system, I have installed Docker on my Linux system and it is present here. So if I Docker installs it, you ship this install all which are being will can your hub particular system and it is present here. So if I type command docker docker, then it will give me the result, that is the help files or other things which I need to use. Now I am taking an existing Flask application. I'll push these particular code on my GitHub repositories and you can take that Flask application from there. But I'll show you that what this particular Flask application does. So if you see here, I am inside this particular Python Flask Docker container folder and these are the files which are present here. So I'll just make you a go through of it. And what is this? This is having a app.py which creates a Flask app instance, and then we are creating some APIs here. So you can see there's a Flask app instance and we are importing some APIs. So where does this API come from? The API comes from here, that is project api.py. So this particular project exposes a single REST endpoint with the endpoint as / and it calls this particular class project API. If you want to go into the detail of this particular project, then I have all
thank God that the brothers on the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house. Levitating now, I'm super duper fly now. London boy, but DC where I reside now. Put the time in while you always yelling time out. And for quit it, cause I know I'm coming with it. You were sitting, you were wishing I was handling my business. Now I got the ball like Harry Potter playing Quidditch. And my business is humongous, you would think that happens in there. Damn man, I'm all that, yeah I'm all that. Looking for that whip, yeah that what you call that. I'ma blow up in the summer, have him yelling fall back. And I've always been ahead like an effing ball cap. Man, I came in the game like whoa. Got a couple chains on me cause I like gold. They told me I'm the best and I told them I know. Cause when I'm in your town, every ticket I sold. Yeah, they saying I'm the man. Facts bro, facts. Lot of haters, tell me where they at though. I'm the new pop, all I do is rap though. Want me on your song, throw a couple stacks, yo. Everybody wanna do the same thing. That's why we ain't on the same page. Do my own thing and I maintain. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah, I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah. I'm going mainstream. Damn. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Woo. I'm going mainstream. so hollow, the blood has an echo inside of my veins. My heart is so hollow, your voice is an arrow, making the pain. My heart is so hollow, hollow, hollow. My heart is so hollow, hollow, hollow.
ओके instances. Okay, edit and bound rules. Yay! Alex! Hi, hello तो बोल भाई. Hello. Hello. Alex. Okay, you're muted. Deafened. Sorry, stream cannot show my running application. Let's create a note.
All in when I show up. Whole place about to blow up. Superior to that competition. I'm in first place, yeah, that's how I'm living. I'm with it till they digging up my grave. Eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up in the place. I was born and when I watched me elevate.
All the choices you made, did you make them again, 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 again? All the lies that you told, did you believe in them? All the choices you made, did you make them again, 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 again? All the lies that you told, did you believe in them? Again, 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 again.
हेलो
Hello.
फाइनली ओके क्या करने
Okay.
लग रहा है
ओके एक सेकेंड रुक मेरे को ऑडियो म्यूट करने दे. ओके फाइन ठीक है. तो बेसिक तेरे को मैं एक्सप्लेन करता हूँ. ठीक है. तो दिस इज योर उबंटू सिस्टम. ओके दिख रहा है स्क्रीन स्ट्रीम.
हाँ अबे मस्त नो लैग ओनली एकदम तो ubuntu लिखा उसके इंस्टेंट आ गया क्या तू
डिले बंद करके छोड़ा मैं, 10 सेकंड का डिले था लास्ट टाइम वो। तो ओके, सो यू हैव दिस ubuntu सिस्टम, इन दिस यू हैव ए फ्लास्क इज अ फ्रेमवर्क दैट यू यूज टू डिप्लॉय वेब
हाँ
एप्लीकेशंस, है ना।
यस
तो फ्लास्क का एक एप्लीकेशन है, ठीक है, और ये रन करने के लिए तेरे पास एक पाइथन 3 का एनवायरनमेंट है, बराबर।
हम्म
Okay, now the thing is, when you want to put it into production, you cannot always go manually copy the code, है ना।
वो that docker does it for you ना you
है
can
ना, okay,
just
हाँ, so that will come. So or you can or sit and create environment, okay, कि pip install नहीं करते बैठना। तो क्या करेगा तू, you will create a docker. A docker is like a ISO image समझ ले, ठीक है। उसका एक इमेज रहेगा जिसका उबंटू का इमेज रहेगा, बेस उबंटू का। फिर उसके अंदर एक डॉकर ये क्रिएट करने के लिए इसके अंदर तू ये सब डालेगा, दिस ऑल दीज थिंग्स दैट आर हियर, ओके। so to do this you will create a docker file, okay। the docker file will have, first is that, उसका वीडियो देख रहा हूँ मैं एक्चुअली, I'll show you that, I'll send that link to you also।
नहीं मैंने ये ट्राई किया है बट मैं भूल गया उसका इम्प्लीमेंटेशन
हाँ, तो जिस वीडियो लिंक में भेजता हूँ डेस्क पे, तो उसमें वो बोल रहा है, ठीक है, कि क्या कहाँ गया ये, हाँ सी, वो डॉकर इमेज लो, उसके अंदर पाइथन इंस्टॉल करो, पिप इंस्टॉल करो, सोर्स कोड कॉपी करो, मॉड्यूल्स इंस्टॉल करो, एक्सपोज करो पोर्ट को, और एन एग्जीक्यूटेबल कंटेनर बनाओ, ठीक है।
ठीक
टू
है
डू ऑल दिस यू नीड टू क्रिएट समथिंग कॉल्ड एज ए डॉकर फाइल, which he does around here, yep, here। So he will create a he is creating a docker file at the bottom here, vim docker file create करेगा, उसके अंदर वो ये सब लिखेगा, रुक तेरे को दिखाता हूँ मैं। हाँ सी, फ्रॉम, ये क्या हो रहा है भाई, ये ऐसा ही जाना बाबा।
So I'll save
हाँ
this
वो
file.
मैं को समझ गया मैं
हाँ, तो वो करना है, तो वो उसके डिस्क्रिप्शन में दिया है उसने, तो वी हैव टू डू दैट। सो नाउ व्हाट आई डिड इज आई वेंट ऑन Amazon, आई कैन नॉट शो इट हियर बिकॉज बहुत सारे information that anyone can hack into that AWS instance basically। I went to AWS, created an account, created a EC2 instance of a Ubuntu machine, T2 micro का, तो it has got one virtual CPU and 1 GB of RAM,
ठीक है
ठीक है। वो बनाया, और फिर उसके सिक्योरिटी ग्रुप में गया, उसके सिक्योरिटी ग्रुप में मैंने 2 रूल्स डाले। फर्स्ट रूल इज आई नीड टू SSH टू दैट सिस्टम यूजिंग पुटी,
ओके
ओके। सो पुटी के अंदर आई लोडेड ऑल दिस डेटा, ओके। और ये करने के लिए इट विल जनरेट अ प्राइवेट पब्लिक की, ओके, दैट यू कैन सी हियर, आई विल शो इट टू यू। So it will create a PEM key. This PEM key you have to change it into a PPK key, putty private key, वो खुद देखा, ठीक है। For that you can use puttygen। puttygen के अंदर you can load that, if I load the data देखिएगा, पर you can load it and save as private key कर सकता है। तो when you do it you have to select what type of this you're doing, RSA key है, DSA key है, what kind of key। So we are using RSA key, तो RSA key generate करके save private key करेगा, it will generate a private key। that private key you can, what you can do is, समझ, अपन एक नया वाला बनाएंगे, ये सब इरेज कर,
तो
या
वो बेसिकली वो लॉग इन करने के लिए वो यूज करेगी
हाँ, तो दिस इज योर IP, आई एम जस्ट टाइपिंग इट हियर, ओके। जस्ट टाइम पास करके टाइप करो, IP4 एड्रेस है, उसको तू सेव करेगा सम नेम डाल के, एंड देन यू गो टू SSH, गो टू auth, and it you will load that PPK key। So now
ठीक है
for putty it will always use this key to it will send this key to your EC2 instance, it will validate that the key is valid and it will let you log in,
ठीक है
ठीक है। उसके बाद मैंने क्या किया, उसके अंदर लॉगिन किया, ये क्या हुआ, डोंट टेल मी नाउ यू क्रैश्ड करके, या क्रैश्ड, ओके। इसके अंदर मैं गया, इसके अंदर मैंने क्या किया, sudo apt install python 3 और pip3 किया मैंने, python, okay, basically it is like python 3 dev and python 3 pip3 किया मैंने, pip किया मैंने, These are all installed, and with this I created a small this thing, web application. Okay, ls. हाँ, ls क्यों नहीं दिखा रहा है बे?
तो फ्लास्क आपके अंदर ही है, इसलिए शायद।
फ्लास्क ऐप के अंदर ही किया है बे मैंने. There's nothing in this it is showing. If I go cd one back ls किया, cd one back ls किया, pwd किया, home ubuntu flask app. Okay. Let us create that app again. Okay. One second. cd home ubuntu flask app sudo nano app dot py. इसके अंदर अपन ये कोड कॉपी करेंगे. किधर गया है बे? The fuck is my this thing? Oh shit. Shift T T. Oh shit. ये नहीं, ये नहीं, ये नहीं. Oh, simple flask app. Go ahead. It should not work. Okay. What the fuck is this thing working? मतलब मेरा पाइथन चालू है बैकग्राउंड में. ओके, तो मैंने ये कोड कॉपी किया और ये कोड मैंने इसके अंदर डाला. इसको मैंने यहाँ होस्ट चेंज किया. whenever you basically तो सब फ्लास्क ऐप बनाता है ना, it will always set it to this, that is local host. Meaning you can only access it within your current desktop. If you want to make it public, you have to change it to public IP, that is 00000. Okay, so this to you इसका कोर्स पड़ेगा, देखो समझ जाएगा फ्लास्क ऐप क्या है. इट्स अ फ्रेमवर्क दैट यू कैन यूज टू
नहीं, फ्लास्क ऐप आता है मेरे को.
आता है ना, तो हो गया फिर वही. तो वो बनाया मैंने और फिर उसके बाद उसको मैंने, लेट मी सी दिस. ओके, python 3 app.py already in use, so I need to stop this thing. Now I need to learn stop python process ubuntu. Okay, how to kill a python process in ubuntu. Sudo pkill python, sudo pkill python 3. हाँ, अभी ये चल रहा है. Now you cannot access using this. Okay, this is the IP. Okay, but all Amazon का instances are running through a DNS. Okay, so Amazon has given a DNS IPv4 DNS for our system, which is here. Okay, and right now it is running on port 5000. This application you see here ना, यहाँ 5000 पोर्ट पे चल रहा है वो.
तेरा एप्लीकेशन लाइव है, वो हेलो वर्ल्ड दिख रहा है.
हाँ, हेलो वर्ल्ड दिख रहा है. But now, okay, I'll do one thing. I will edit that rule, edit inbound rule. मैं ये change करता हूँ, ठीक है? नहीं, इसको 1 करता हूँ, save कर, ठीक है? Now, assuming that I have not added a exception in my Amazon instance to allow any connection on this port. Okay, if I refresh it, it is not able to access because it is not access allowed नहीं है, so it will time out basically because it's trying to connect to that port, but that port is not allowing, so it will time out. Correct.
Okay.
So now if you see it's load हो रहा है पर कुछ हो नहीं रहा है इधर. ये hello world पहले पिछले का है, ठीक है? Now if you go, if I edit that rule and make it again 5000, save the rule, come here, refresh it. Now see it load भी हो गया, वो देख load हो गया.
Yes.
And hello world is printing.
Okay.
Okay, now we have come till this part. Now we have a running Python Flask application that is we are able to hit a get request on. This is a get request, correct? So we are able to hit a get request on this and we are able to access it. Now the second stage of this thing is creating a Docker file. Now we will come here. See, like you're hitting on it. Okay, ये 404 देगा, ये favicon है, पर और HTTP get request on your / port first is 200 आ रहा है तेरे को, ठीक है ना? We'll exit this, clear this, we'll go one space नहीं, cd .. sudo make direct नहीं, sudo nano docker file, ठीक है? Now we will paste this here for now and we'll watch the video. वो क्या बोल रहा है exactly देखते हैं.
So this is the command. Now this APK is the package manager for running your Docker, the particular Docker and which can be used to create lightweight Docker Docker container. So I'll come here and I'll say what I need to use from what Alpine and then the latest version. So the from command says in Docker file that which image you are going to use as your base image. So every Docker file needs to have a from command which says that what is the base Docker image that I'm using, and on that particular Docker image we'll do some modification and we'll create our new image. So it is latest image of Alpine. To run this particular Flask app, we need to have Python 3 and pip3 installed on this Docker image. So what we'll do, we'll write the command run, which I'll explain later on, and then apk add --no cache and then the name of the module, that is Python 3 dev. Okay, so the first thing is this, that I want to install this Python 3 development module which contains Python 3 and pip3 which will be installed on my Docker image. Now the run command says that if you want to run some command inside your Docker image while you are creating it, then you need to give it with run as the prefix. So this is the command. Now this apk is the package manager for my Alpine image. So suppose if you're using Ubuntu, then there's a apt-get package manager. If you're using CentOS, then yum is the package manager. Same way for Alpine system, apk is the package manager. Now I have given a flag of no cache, which means I don't want to store any cache inside my image because it will increase the size. So I will install this Python 3 dev, and then what I need to install the pip3 module also. So this pip3 will be installed inside this particular Python 3 dev only, but I need to upgrade it. So I'll say pip3 and then install and then upgrade and what upgrade my pip. So this is the command. So we'll create a Docker image now from this. So I'll save this file and I'll do what Docker, I'll give the command docker build -t and the name of the image. So I'll say Flask app, and then the version of the Flask app is what latest, and you need to take the Docker file from this particular folder only. So I can put a dot here. So you need to understand this command. So this is the Docker client, and then this is the build which is used to create a new Docker image, and then -t is the flag which says what is the name of the image that you are going to create. So we'll take this particular image, base image, that is Alpine, and we'll create a Flask app latest version image from this particular Docker file which is present inside this particular folder, that is Python Flask Docker container which we have created. So I'll hit enter and this will start to build my Docker container. So here you are seeing that from step 1 of 2 from Alpine system, which means it tried to find the Alpine image on my local system, but it was not available. So what it's trying to do, it is trying to download the Alpine system Alpine image from the Docker hub. So the step 1 was what, from Alpine latest. So now it is saying pulling from library Alpine, and then it is downloading the image. Okay, so the Docker container has been successful.
Wait, let's install Docker first. Install Docker and install all new versions. Installation methods. Install Docker engines. Holy shit, इतना बड़ा है ये. Holy fuck. Okay. ठीक है, let's try to. ये वापस अटक गया. क्यों अटक रहा है वो इतना?
क्या बता? वो
It should not, bro. It should not do that. Now it will say sudo pkill python. Nothing should be there. Now cd cd home ubuntu ls. Okay. Remove. How do you remove? No, okay, sudo. Okay, first we will do this. Let's run this. So what are they saying? Old versions of Docker were called docker.io. If these are installed, then uninstall them. What if I say Docker? What will it do? No command Docker found. Sudo apt-get can be installed with. Okay. You can install Docker and different. Most users set up Docker repo install from them. Some users download a DB package, install it manually, and manage upgrades completely. When this you can switch on Docker air gap system with no access to the internet. In testing and development, it uses a convenient script automatic to install Docker. Installed using the repository. We don't want to. Okay. सेट अप द रिपोजिटरी sudo apt-get अपडेट मैंने ये किया है तो भी और एक बार करेंगे इंस्टॉल ये करेंगे ओके ऐड डॉकर्स की बोल रहा है ओके यू हैव टू क्रिएट ऑफिशियल जीपीजी की ओके ऐड इट हाँ अनसेफ ओनरशिप ऑफ होम डायरेक्टरी क्यों भाई क्यों भाई क्यों 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 क्यों
Google.
Yeah, but it should not
Huh?
throw that error. It is GPG warning unsafe ownership of home directory home user dot gpnu. Okay. This is result of GPG running with sudo. GPG then runs a robots home directory users. This is okay. You have to just add sudo to it. Sudo. नहीं. Yes. Warning दिया अभी वो. ओके अभी हो गया वो ओनर करके किया मैंने ठीक है हो गया
sudo बोले तो admin rights के साथ ऐसा है कुछ ना
yes sudo is for super user so super user access is like admin access so you can give that but the problem is अगर तो सब जगह sudo किया ना if someone non super user access comes into system and tries to edit a file for example मैंने एक ubuntu server बनाया उसमें मैंने environment setup किया okay पर सब sudo करके किया and then I gave you a username and password as a developer to come and do any kind of changes that you want but because you are not given super user privileges you won't be able to edit any of the files that I have created because I have created them using sudo
okay
this is the problem ये क्या हुआ भाई ओके अभी ये रन करना है ओके बायोनिक ये हुआ yes to install specific version okay I don't want specific I just want to install the docker engine sudo docker run hello world ये बहुत टाइम लगेगा डॉकर इंस्टॉल करने के लिए ओके डॉकर इंस्टॉल हुआ clear it yes unable to find locally so it is pull complete it is able to create hello from docker this by installation appears to be working correctly to generate okay ठीक है docker is installed properly okay now let us do sudo nano oh no anyway where are we pwd where home ubuntu ls okay sudo nano docker file इसके अंदर अपन इस बंदे के फर्स्ट 2 लाइन्स डालते हैं ठीक है जो उसने किया क्या हुआ भाई यस ओके what the fuck is happening save modified buffer yes okay docker file बन गया okay ठीक है now what did he do he ran docker build -t flask app latest dot build -t flask app latest the name and a tag so name is flask app and tag version is latest okay enter huh must be lowercase invalid reference format इसमें क्या डाला था इसमें सब स्मॉल केस डाला था मैंने कैपिटल डाला unknown error e latest कुछ है ही नहीं. Is been edited by root. Continue. Yes. Ah. From Alpine. From Alpine. Okay. PIP3 not found. Huh? Okay. The command error है. ठीक है. So now I knew only ये होने वाला है करके. Okay, let's remove this. Okay, then let's add this. Remove this. Come here. From home, I type run. APK add no cache Python 3 pip and no. Okay. 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 Install pip3. Ubuntu. Python 3 pip. बराबर. Now if I save this and try to run this. Unable to select the packages. Let's try to remove this and then build it again. Unable to select packages. No such package. Okay, there is no such package called as python 3-pip. Okay, no such pack. अपन ubuntu का लेते हैं ना. एक काम करता है अपन लेते हैं ना. ubuntu docker image. Why don't I just type ubuntu there? Here. Okay. Instead of this, I will take ubuntu. Oh, but I have to change it. It has to be apt run apt install run install. यही प्रॉब्लम है भाई ये सब इसका. हाँ, उनके सिस्टम में वो इंस्टॉलेशन चलता है, अपने इसमें इंस्टॉलेशन चलता नहीं है. ओके, नो कैश इज नॉट अंडरस्टूड बाय दिस थिंग. App does not have stable CLI interface. Use with caution. Unable to locate package python 3-dev. Okay. Install python 3 and pip 3 docker. Install pip in docker. Sudo apt get and apt install. However, python 3 pip package python pip. Apt get install. Shepard cancel. Unable to locate package python 3-dev. python 3 किया तो मैंने उसको रन किया तो unable to locate package python 3. Oh, this is why it's throwing error because Ubuntu setup नहीं है. Okay, so we will do one thing. We will Ubuntu का image लेते हैं Bionic का. So we need the image which has got everything. Okay, Ubuntu image, Ubuntu Docker image with all dependencies installed. Accept all and visit with no install recommends using apt advanced package tool disabling recommendations to our installation we include the flag no install and app to app gets no install yes python 3. Doing this we achieve a 60 and 361 obviously with recording. I recommend. How the fuck do I create a file not found in build context excluded docker ignore. Oh, I need to download that too. Oh, fucking. Oh no. Oh shit. How the fuck do I install it? To Docker image, empty Docker images. Okay. Description, pull an image. First pull an image by digest. Pull an different registry, pull repository, cancelling of pull options, disable content trust platform. Okay. 18.4 zeros. Uh-huh. Alex, are you there? Hello? I think muted I get it.
हाँ मैं हूँ यार.
ओके है ना ओके ठीक है कंफ्यूज हो गया ठीक है
मैं स्ट्रीम देख रहा है तेरा बीच बीच में.
ओके 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 I'm trying to figure out how to install fucking
Install what?
see Ubuntu ka this Docker image. I don't want to install a what do you call it? What do you call it? Alpine
Okay.
Docker image. I want to see if it is able to create a Docker image for 18.04 because my current app will run code on 18.04 Ubuntu. The only thing is when you create Docker images, बाकी सब dependencies install नहीं होते like Python, like apt, package installer उनका package updater और वो सब. That is the biggest problem that this does. So now I say run apt get install minus y Python 3 dev. When I say run apt get install minus y Python 3 script. If I create it again, yep, it's working. Yep. हाँ क्या इंस्टॉल हो रहा है भाई? नाइस, Python 3.6 इंस्टॉल हुआ, Python 3 dev हुआ. Okay. Unable to locate 0y. Oh, fuck. Let's see. Where does this take us? गाने बजा रहे तब तक.
You make them
App build हुआ. Let's go. Great. So I was able to create an app.
Successfully downloaded, and now the second step was what? Run apk add no cache python 3 dev, which means it is trying to install the python 3 development dependencies for this particular alpine latest image, and it is firing the command was run apk add. Apk is the package manager for alpine system, and it is also trying to upgrade the pip3 which will come inside this python 3 development tool. So it is trying to go to this particular fetch URL, that is alpinelinux.org, and it will try to download some libraries and it will install on your Docker image. Now it will take some time, so it needs to install these 13 modules, and it is currently installing 1 out of 2, 2, 3. So it will take some time. Once this completes, we'll again come back. Installation has successfully completed, which means the second step, which was running to add Python 3 development modules, and it upgrade of pip has been successfully done, and these are the different packages which was installed, and pip was successfully updated. Now if I see Docker images here, that what are the images that are present on my local system, then you can see there are two images. One is Alpine and another is Flask. So this is the Alpine image which got downloaded when we were trying to create a new image, and this is the new image that we have created. Now we can run this particular image and we can create a container here only. So what I'll do, docker run and then -8 and then what, the name of the container, Flask app, and then bin asset. So I'll try to go inside this particular container. So I have started this container. If I open a new terminal here and if I say docker ps, if I say docker ps, then it says what are the containers which are running. So you can see here container id is here, the name of the image is here, what is the command which has started this particular container from this. What are the this container? If I open a new terminal here and if I say docker ps, if I say docker ps, then it says what are the containers which are running. So you can see here container id is here, the name of the image is here, what is the command which has started this particular container from this docker image, and
डॉकर इमेज बन
how
गया,
much time it was created.
वही है ना कंटेनर आईडी.
यस डॉकर बन गया, डॉकर रन हो रहा है आईपी, इस आईपी पे ubuntu के साथ. This is running
Okay.
now. It is hash now. It is running. So he is
Before.
okay. He has switched terminal because वो ubuntu पे है ना, तो he's able to add more terminals. If we want to add more terminal, अपने को screen bin करके वो 2-3 screen बनाने पड़ेंगे और screen change करने पड़ेंगे. But this is just he's just showing that, oh, you're running a Docker. Maybe we can do one more thing. What better thing we will do? One second. और एक बार putty खोलते हैं. And we will go to EC2. Docker ps करेंगे. Okay, sorry. Clear कर sudo docker ps. See, you're running. Your container ID is this. Your image is flask app. Command has been sh about a minute ago. Up about a minute. Name says Nervous Almeida. You can use this name to stop the image. This is what I know. Exit tomorrow.
So this particular image, that is this particular container, has been created through this particular image. So if I see here what is the Python version, so you can see here Python 3 is present. If I say pip, then you can see pip 3 is also present. So our commands were success, that we have created the new image which contains Python 3 and pip 3 installed inside it. Now what we'll do, we'll go to the next step. So we'll do an exit here, and as soon as we exit, the container will die. So if again I see docker ps, then you can see there's no running container. But if I say docker ps -a, then you can see a container which was created about a minute ago is present here. You can again restart it, but it is of no use of now. So you can again restart the stopped container, but the stopped container can be viewed by firing the command docker ps -a. Now the next step was what in our slide is copy the source code and then install the Python modules. So we need to copy the source code inside our Docker image. So for that we need to specify a working directory inside our Docker container or Docker image. So we'll again modify the Docker file, and then we'll come to the third step and we'll say the work directory inside my Docker image is where /app. So I'm creating a /app folder inside my Docker image where my which will be my working directory, where I'll do all the working, I'll install all the modules, I'll run command from there. So I'll say work directory is app. Now what will happen, I'll copy the source code from my current directory to this particular work directory. So you can see here copy dot means the place where my Docker file is present. So the Docker file is present inside this current directory. So it will take everything from this current directory and put those things inside my app folder which is present inside the Docker container. Now we need to install the requirement. So we'll say what run command, because if you want to run any command during the creation of an image, you need to use the run keyword here. So we'll say run, and then we'll use pip3 because pip3 has been installed, and then again no cache so that there is no extra image being taken, and then we'll say install -r and then requirement .txt.
Spellings नहीं आता इसको बेचारे को.
.txt will be copied in this particular app folder, and then we can fire this command pip3 no cache directory install -r requirement.txt. So the spelling is correct, requirem requirements.txt. So everything is fine. So again we'll try to create the Docker image.
एक second रोक before you do that, bro. Let me do pip freeze requirements.txt. Okay, clear ls. नहीं हुआ? Oh shit. Fuck. Okay, home ubuntu requirements.txt. Alright, I don't think it is how it works. ls. No. Okay. Save pip freeze to txt. I'm running the command automatically create no bro, pip freeze. This is what I need to do. Pip freeze kichuk run ls mara अभी requirements.txt बन गया. Okay, now you can.
So we'll say docker run it flask app, and then not docker run, docker build. So we'll again fire this command, which means I'm trying to create the image flask cap latest from my current Docker file which is present in this directory. So I'll hit enter and you will see the magic here. So the magic is what? That the previous two commands were taken from cache, which means that in a Docker file, if you are doing modifications and if you have not changed the previous line, then those lines will not run. So we have added new lines as working directory line, the copy line, the installation of Python module. So those lines are only getting executed here. So there is a very good thing inside Docker that it maintains it cache, and it is and every time it will not take so much long to create new Docker images. So the successfully it has been built. You can see here that successfully built. This is the Docker image ID that has been given. If
What the fuck? No matching distribution found for cloud init 22.1 from requirements.txt. Okay, maybe I have to run that update command. Okay, let's try to update our this thing. Run pip3 install -u pip. Now build it. Now maybe you'll be able to. यार एरर क्यों दे रहा है ये? Fucking piece of shit. Solution किधर है बे इसका? Fucking piece of shit. Here, zero nano requirements. Sudo nano. Oh, okay. Do I need this cloud? Let go. Flask है. YAML है. Cloud init ही नहीं है इसके पास. It doesn't know what the fuck is cloud init at all. Oh my god. मेरा clear. .py क्लास चाहिए ना इसको. बाकी सब फ्लास्क है ना. कर इसके अंदर फ्लास्क डाल, ये क्लोज कर और डॉकर फाइल में जा, इसको रिक्वायरमेंट्स 1 ले और फिर इसको बिल्ड कर. रीनेम कैसा करते हो फाइल को? रीनेम फाइल विंडो. मूव फाइल करना पड़ेगा. मूव requirements 1.txt to requirements 1.txt. ये बिल्ड कर. सक्सेसफुली टैग्ड. ओके, ये अपना रन हुआ. ओके ठीक है.
if I again do docker images, then you will get here the Docker image, and again you will see that has been overridden because the tag was latest which we are using. So every time we are going to create a new image with the same class with the name and tag, then the previous one will get overridden. Now we have copied everything inside our this Docker image. So we have copied the Flask app, we have installed the Python module. Now what we want to do, we want to expose a port inside the Docker image so that people from other outside world can access it. Okay, so we'll do that. So we'll again open the Docker file and then we'll expose a port. So the expose port is something like this. We need to type the command expose and then the port. So our application will run in on 5000 inside the Docker container. So we need to say that 5000 needs to be exposed. Now what we want to do, we want to make the container executable, which means that if we are creating a container from the Docker image, then it should not exit by itself. It should be in the running state. So for that we need to create it executable, so that when the Docker containers are being created from a Docker image, then some command should run so that it is in foreground state. So to run our program, the command is what? Python app.py, which means we need to run this app.py file, which will be present. So I'll show you here. I'll do ls here. So there is a app.py file and we need to run this particular app.py file, that is python app.py, so that our server can start. So this is currently starting on my physical machine, that is on my Linux system, but I want to start that particular python app.py inside my Docker container whenever it is getting created from a Docker image. So what I need to do, I need to make the container executable. So I need to give a command, that is entry point. Some people find it confusing, but this is very simple to explain, that what commands do you want to run when you are going to create a container out of your Docker image. So again I want to repeat it, that what is the command that you want to run.
एक मिनट, हाँ मेरे को ये देखने टॉक्स देखने दे. Shit, shifty. I want this, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this. इसके commands थे किधर थे? This, not this, not this. हाँ, okay. Entry point. Similar to CMD, this instruction defines what command will be executed when running a container. Okay. Okay. Volume enables you to mount a host machine directly to the container. Expose used to specify the port on which the container listens at runtime. Okay, fine. Got it.
Run when you are, that is the entry point command. So whenever you are creating a Docker container from a Docker image, if there is an entry point written inside it, then that particular entry point command will only run. So we need to run what? Python 3. So we need to run Python 3. And what are the commands that you want to pass it as argument? So do you want to pass something as an argument to this particular Python 3 command when it will get executed? So we need to say cmd tag, cmd key here and the command and this particular text here. So this is app.py. So you need to understand this here, because it creates sometime confusion, that when I will create a container from my image that we are going to create, then this command will do what? This will run this python 3 app.py inside my Docker container. So internally it will get transformed into this particular command and my app will start running. So the entry point is what? It makes the container executable and it gives the command which you want to run when you are creating a container from Docker image. And the arguments to this particular command can be given by the cmd keyword and by passing multiple things. So you can pass here multiple things and those things will be given as a command line argument to this particular syntax which you are giving. So we have run here, and then what we'll do, we'll again try to build the Docker image. So I'll say Docker image, so I'll build one. So again I'm firing the command docker build -t flask app latest, and again it is copying the files and it is creating, because I have done some changes on those lines. So it is again installing the new Python packages. It will expose the port and it will run that command and it will test that everything is working fine or not, and then it will give me a successful message.
ये देखा Alex, ठीक है? These guys had already created Docker images here in their own systems, AWS. And they were using it. See, 17 hours ago, 11 days ago, 11 days ago. Correct. So they have already created that, even they are using this Docker images. And उनके पास desktops है, उसके ऊपर Ubuntu install करना है, Windows install करना है, उसके ऊपर वो install कर Ubuntu की Alpine की whatever.
message that the image has
ये
been
किसका
successfully
सिस्टम
created.
में दिख रहा है?
ये राइट साइड को, ये AWS का सिस्टम है। AWS में मैंने एक इंस्टेंस बनाया।
अच्छा, तो उसमें तो बाकी लोग क्या कर सकते हो, क्या कर रहे हैं वो भी दिख सकता है?
नहीं, बाकी लोग नहीं। सो दिस इज, बाकी लोग नहीं। सो ना, दिस इज अ प्राइवेट फॉर मी, ओके, दिस इज ओनली फॉर मी।
Yeah,
Okay.
then
Now if you create your own account, okay, and I add you as a user to my instances, then you can access my instances also.
okay.
Okay, so we can do that. You can create your own AWS account and then you can use. So whatever I have taken is free tier, मतलब free में जो use कर 730 hours per month
Oh,
ऐसा
okay,
कुछ तो
okay,
रहता
okay,
है।
okay, 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 okay.
You can see here that all the Python
Okay.
modules have been downloaded, then it exposed some port 5000, then
उसको भी एक अच्छा है, तो AWS पे जाके बोला ना कि गूगल में सर्च किया AWS create EC2 instance, उसके स्टेप बाय स्टेप गाइडलाइंस है, you to create everything.
it ran the command entry point python3.s to check it, and then this is the command that is app.py, which will be given as an argument to python3. Now the image has been successfully built. We'll see docker images, and then you can see here there is a Flask app image that has been created 26 seconds ago. Now we'll try to create a container from it. Okay, so we'll say docker run -8, and I will not run this in daemon mode for now. I'll just show you. I'll say Flask app. So this is the docker image, and here you can see. So I'll run it, and you will see that the python app.py command has been executed, and this is the log that you are seeing here, that the Python app or Flask app is running inside my container. So as soon as I exit it, you can see
No, it won't work.
that docker ps no container is running, because as soon I exited it, the docker container was killed and the instance was also killed. One thing more here to note important is one thing more important to note here is that you need to expose a port so that other people can access it. So I will again run this command docker run -d, and this time in what, daemon mode. So I'll say daemon mode, and then I want to expose up. So to the outside world, I have exposed the port 5000, and I know that my Flask app is running at port 5000 inside the container. So this definitely I have to give as 5000, the right side. But the left side one, I can give anything. I can give 9000, 9002, 10,000, 10,020, anything. But this needs to be 5000 because I have explicitly written in my Docker file that the port 5000 has been exposed. Now I'll run this particular Docker container, and if I say docker ps, then you can see one app is running up and the status is up to 2 seconds. So from 2 seconds it is up, and this is the app that is running. So I'll go to my Flask app and I'll say send a command here, and you can see I'm getting
we created a
response.
working
So I'm getting the
directory, bro.
response.
Working
So my
Docker, bro.
Flask app is not running on my physical machine, it is running on Docker container, and
Good shit.
I'm getting a
So it's
response.
now
Now
up
what
and
I'll do,
running
I'll say
as
docker
well.
Yes.
stop
Yes.
this particular container. Okay, so the container has been stopped, and if I do a send, you see I am getting could not get any response. So this was the way in which you can create a Docker container for your Flask app. So you got a Flask app, you got a Docker image, you perform all these operations. So this is just a demo that what you want to do. If you need some other things inside your Docker image, then you need to install those things using the package manager of that particular platform which you are using. You can use Ubuntu, you can use CentOS, you can use Alpine Linux, you can use anything to create a Docker image. So you need to install those modules, you need to expose the port, and you need to make that container executable by using the entry point
मैं
command.
तुझे
So this
वो
was all
link
about
भेजता
this
हूँ,
video,
Alex.
that how to create a Docker container for
Open करना try
Flask
कर,
app.
देखेंगे एक
Hope
बार.
you like this video. Please subscribe to my channel. Please share these videos with other people. Thank you.
हाँ चला, मेरे में चला.
मेरे को व्हाट्सएप पे क्या? ओके,
हाँ, Valorant group पे
Hey there, how's it going, everybody?
हाँ चल रहा.
चल रहा है ना. Perfect. So we created a Docker image and everything. Run मेरे कलीग को भी भेज दिया. Awesome. Let's go. We are able to have it now. The only thing is, so kill कैसा करते मैं भूल गया. I won't kill it. I'll let it keep running. Keep running so that it will have everything there always. So tomorrow morning when I connect with my colleague, I will do it. मैं exit किया तो क्या होगा अभी? Exit करके refresh में
as as long as to keep it running तेरे को कुछ
हाँ
चार्ज नहीं लग रहा है
हाँ
तो वो भाई तेरा कार्ड लिंक्ड है तो तब पैसा
नहीं
मारना चालू करेगा।
नहीं, इसलिए मैंने फ्री टियर वाला लिया है ना वो।
हम्म।
तो इट इज लाइक इट्स नॉट इवन यूजिंग इट, वन वर्चुअल सीपीयू 1 GB ऑफ रैम ब्रो, कुछ भी नहीं है उसके अंदर। ओके परफेक्ट, नाइस, लेट्स गो। तो आई एंड दिस स्ट्रीम, वैलोरेंट खेलेंगे 10:30 ना, प्रतीक भी आ जाएगा, क्या बोलता है?
अच्छा हाँ था भाई।
मतलब चल बाय बाय।
तेरा बैकग्राउंड मस्त है रे वॉलपेपर।
मस्त है ना, यू वांट इट? आई शो यू माय वॉलपेपर, 1 सेकंड। डी ड्राइव वॉलपेपर, ये जो चूतिया है ये छोड़ दे, पर ये है,
अच्छा ये अच्छा है।
ये ओके है। दिस
वाइपर
नॉट
का
बैड।
ग्रीन थोड़ा अच्छा है बस।
हाँ
ये
वाइपर
ठीक है।
ग्रीन
ये
ठीक
भी
है।
ठीक है। हम्म।
ये ओजी, ये ओमेन का ओजी वाला है। देखो डीले आ रहा है।
आई डोंट नो।
ओमेन का ओजी है, ओमेन का पसंद
ये
है तो।
देखा है मैं। ये आई सीन यू यूजिंग दिस।
दिस इज ओल्ड वन, बट इसका क्वालिटी इतना अच्छा नहीं है, ये बहुत पिक्सेलेटेड लगता है वो। और फिर ये भी एकदम गंदा है, ये अच्छा, आई लाइक दिस, ये थंबनेल में यूज किया बहुत बार, आई लाइक दिस, ये मस्त है।
हम्म।
और ये आई सेंड वेनम का डिस्कॉर्ड की तरफ। ये बॉट कमांड्स में मत जा रे बाबा, जनरल चैट में आ जा। बॉट कमांड्स में डाल रहा हूँ क्या मैं हर बार? सेंड कैसा करते हैं बे? चल
बाय।
बाय बाय, वी विल मीट ऑन दिस ओनली, डायरेक्टली वैलोरेंट ओनली। बाय बाय स्ट्रीम, लव यू। ओके रिचार्ज हेडफोन बोल